Before the algorithms, before the followers, there was frequency, illegal towers, vinyl crates, and a deep love for the sound of the universal language, music. And this is where my journey began. Well, my roots are Caribbean, British born. My heartbeat when it comes to music stems from sound system culture. From the moment I touched decks at family functions when I was just 8 to 9 years old, I knew it was more than just a vibe. It was a language that spoke to me differently. The language of life. Well, back in the days before everything was so accessible of today with the fast forward generation and it's as quick as a swipe away, it was pirate radio. That was where my love for music really stemmed from. When it started to flourish and I took hold of making the character, the artist's name, Maddness. I was 13 and I'll never forget it, sitting outside my mum's with a bunch of friends at the time that was into music also. And this was early secondary school. And, you know, the question was, if you're an artist or you're a DJ or an MC, what would your artist name be? And I chose the name Maddness. And bearing in mind I was 13 and I said, somewhere in the world, they're gonna say my name. It could be you, it could be the next person, but they're gonna use my name in a phrasing or something like this, as they do today. It's a madness, and it works. You had to climb on rooftops just to make your voice be heard for the love of music, from whatever genre it was. I started off in hardcore, moving into early jungle, in the defection days of 89.4, Weekend Rush, Cool FM. That was my beginning journey on a main radio platform. What pirate radio was for us in the 90s. From the sound system era, the likes of Saxon, Coxsone, Unity, Just Shaka, and so forth, pirate radio was our format to sound system, basically. Being the rebels that was catering for our generation, and the sound of London that we liked, taking overseas music, for example, but mixing it in our London way.
Tennis press.
From hardcore and jungle music, London born and bred from producers like Potential Bad Boy, Noise Factory, Ibiza Records, for example, gave us the edgy part of our lives, our upbringing. Most of us having a similar background from a Caribbean upbringing. But we came together in the love of music. In the late 80s, for example, early 90s, there was a particular track we heard from the Summer of Love years of like 88. This had a 4/4 foot drum with a ragga bass line in it. Revolutionary at the time, which infused the Amen break loop. The first time we heard it, which in the early house and garage days, DJs like myself would experiment with 90s house and garage music, and it would give a much more London dynamic, a London identity, and a roughness. This track was produced by my guy, Lenny D-Ice. The track called We Are E, which was a game changer for UK dance music. It had the sample with a chant in it, so we can play different warps of music in the house and garage field, but make it our own identity. Especially me as a DJ is something that I always had to do. So playing sounds like this, house and garage from 93, 1994 to our communities was what we was about. And we had to have a platform to do this. Our platform in North London was a station called Freak FM, the legendary, which was on 101.8. I originally started off as an MC, host. It weren't really a barring thing, it was more of a hosting party hype thing. I did have some bars. Don't ask me to remember them now because I won't remember. But that's how I initially started. It was part of
a MCing combination with myself and my old pal Justice in the drum and bass scene. You would know him, and it was Maddness and Justice, the Prospects group. That's what we was called. Man, the memories are real. It's real.
We could build up our own following in North London and surrounding counties. The engineers started to push more power eventually over the time. We was only on the weekend, so we had to do as much as we could. It began to cover all over London, sometimes outside of the M25, depending on how good the engineers was on that weekend, blasting out the sound of London from North London, Finsbury Park, 6 Acres Estate. It was much different back then. It wasn't as clouded as it is now on the FM dial, that we had to have 4 digits apart from the next station, and there wasn't that many. And of course, Freak FM was from the very beginning of the house and garage music. If it wasn't for that station, I wouldn't be who I am today. And many others can say the same. Any other stations that was on at the time, like Girls FM, for example, it was healthy competition. Everyone was friendly with each other. However, to be part of a team as a DJ, part of a family, to say, I'm DJ such and such from Freak FM, you know, that meant you was part of a respected outfit on a different elite level.
You had to cut through the signal static just to hear your favorite DJs and MCs. Broadcasting from any tower block that was claimed as your own, because other pirate radio stations knew that was your home. This is North London. If it was Finsbury Park, they knew the 6 Acres Estate, they know Bigger Staff Road, they know that block there, that's the Freak FM block. And in a way, it was a sense of our identity as well as what we was doing. It was our duty, our journey through music with that organic sound in the early days with Hardcore and Jungle, then moving over to Freak FM in 1993 when they first started broadcasting. It was a few months after when I joined on, and it changed my life.
I was born and raised in Tottenham, North London. A place where so many future stars came up from the ghetto side to become someone in the music industry. I'm part of 5 siblings. Grew up with both mum and dad with a strict West Indian upbringing, which taught me a lot of values in life even today. It wasn't easy being third in line to my older brothers, because I easily could have been living in their shadows. However, I found my way from being a shy boy that had massive buck teeth from small, which I was teased a hell of a lot for, and it used to affect me until I found my voice, hanging around with my best friends coming up from Northumberland Park School. We used to hang out in our areas like Meridian and Selby. There was enough of us. From about the age of 13, I was getting more into sound system culture, and I fell in love with what I used to hear growing up in the household, such as soca, calypso, reggae, UK lovers rock, and soul music. Which some of them touched my spirit more than the other. And I used to visualize myself playing sound systems like my idols that you hear me say so many times, the mighty Saxon sound. I used to study their tape cassettes and just rated the way man like Trevor Sachs would chat in a sound clash, for example.
This is Saxon sound. And you see this sound? Eliminate, assassinate, and exterminate X amount of pussy hole 24/7.
And the way Musclehead or Mikey Bops would select heavyweight dubplate after dubplate. This absolutely mesmerized me. Even their alias artist names, like Trevor Sachs, Mikey Bops, Musclehead, Tipper Irie, Papa Levi, Daddy Colonel. You know what I mean? Some powerful names. So I always used to think to myself, if that was me, what would I call myself? I'm gonna choose the name Maddness. because someone out there in the world will say my name without even knowing it. And this would become my alter ego, the character within, the opposite to who I am.
No playlists, no payroll, just the love of music. And that is something special, because if you was back then from the 80s, 90s, then you will understand exactly what I mean, and only you will understand. The newer generation might not get it to understand the real authenticity that we was building, breathing, the culture of our music genre of choice, that we were soldiers out on the battlefield with passion, lyrics, and dubplates.